Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Wendy Talk Show Raw Edition. Welcome back. This time we're going to be talking about toxic parents. Let's get into it.
I wanna get better, yeah. Better, yeah. Every day I wanna be just fine. Yeah. And the more I wanna cry, this is my calling, yeah.
So I picked this topic because most of the time we see online a few people talking about how toxic their parents are and how they cannot stand their parents. And growing up, I used to judge those people a lot, but after going through life and just learning that life happens, I understand them a little better, and that's why I decided to talk about this topic. So, we're going to start by talking about the signs of toxic parents. Most of us have been living with toxic parents without even having an idea of what they are doing to us because we've normalized everything they've been doing to us and we think it's just okay. Now, these are some of the ways that you will know that your parents are toxic. Manipulation is one of them. They will just make you feel like you're the most terrible person on earth and everything that you do is not right and everything is your fault, and there is nothing else that you can do in order to become a better person, and so on and so forth. We all know people like this. That is the number one trait of a toxic parent. Criticism. They are always criticizing you. Now, I don't have a problem with criticism, but constructive criticism is good. All these people do is harsh criticism, and they don't even give you like solutions to what you need to do in order to come out of your problems that you're having in life. They just keep tearing you down and making you feel like you're less of a person and you're not enough, and they keep beating you down. Lack of empathy. They feel like everything they say to you is correct and they have all the right to say everything that they're saying to you, no matter how you feel. And most of the time, if you flip their shoes, they won't be able to take even half the things that they are saying to you. Excessive controlling and invading privacy. So they feel like everything is about them, it revolves about them, and they are the center of everything. It's also called self-centeredness. So they just feel like everything is about them, and no matter what you tell them that you need to move forward with your life, and no matter how you want to try to set boundaries, they don't want to respect that, and they feel like you're always going to be there for them, available for them, no matter what time of day it is, no matter what they want you to do. You're just going to be saying yes, and if you're going to be saying no, it's going to be a big problem and they can't take it. Belittling. In short, you are useless. To them, everything that you touch is destroyed. You'd rather the world is a better place without you doing anything. But at the same time, if you don't do anything, they call you out on it too. So they are belittling you for any single thing that you do, and they will never get satisfied no matter what you do and how much effort you put into it. Inability to accept their own mistakes, and they mostly easily get offended over the slightest of things. These people, they keep on criticizing you left, right, yet when it comes to them, they cannot take it. So everything they do, it's always your fault. When they go around and mess something up, it's your fault. Your existence is your fault, and everything else that you do around you is your fault. And if you try to explain to them or if you call them out on something, they cannot take it. Gaslighting. So they are always asking you to pick sides, and this mostly is common with the parents who like have been in a relationship for a long time, and maybe they are working towards a divorce or something. So they are always giving pressure to their kids, like, you need to pick a side. Are you mommy's favorite or daddy's favorite or whatever? And they even go to the extremities of making up stories and just trying to make the other person look bad. They always guilt trip you, and they make everything your fault, and they downplay your independence. So let's say you are trying to get your life together and you're trying to have your personal moments and trying to prioritize your own space and mental health and all of those kinds of things, to the extent that they feel like you're neglecting them, but that's not really what is happening. You're just prioritizing your moving forward in life, which is normal and it's just part of adulting, but they make it seem like it's a very big deal, and you should be just there at the snap of their fingers, and your failure to be available at all of their commands is a big problem, and they make you feel guilty for building a life for yourself. They are self-centered, so they make everything about them. And let's say you even have $1,000, they want you to send them $800. They don't want to listen to what your problems are, or the fact that maybe you might be having some bills and so on and so forth. So they just make themselves the center of the world, and without them the world is going to come to a standstill. Verbal, emotional, and physical abuse. These parents, they always put you down. The first words that maybe ever came out of their mouths were them insulting you. They always call you stupid. They think of you as a failure. They are always just putting you down every chance they get. And as a result, now you become emotionally unstable. And then some take it to the next level where they abuse you physically too. We've seen cases where a woman has beaten their kid over 50 shillings, and it was critical. The kid was rushed to the ER and so on. So those kinds of things, they show that your parents are toxic. Results of growing with the toxic parents. They make it hard to set standards and boundaries. So you're just a person who everything is okay, no matter what people do to them, it's okay, because that's a norm. Because when they were growing up, that's all that used to happen to them, and so they feel like they've embraced it, and it doesn't matter whenever some other person is trying to do the same things to them, or if they are going ahead and doing those kinds of things to other people, they are abusing other people, they are aggressing towards other people and so on, and it's just normal because that is the environment that they grew up around. Drug and substance abuse as a form of escape. So most people tend to resort to abusing drugs and substances because they feel like that is their safe space, because that is the only time they find their solace is in there, their peace of mind is in there, because their parents cannot provide that. They feel like they are useless, and the only way they feel important to the society is when they go and they lean towards the drugs and the substances that they are using, because at the end of the day they make them feel good or better or valued. Career issues. So because you're abusing drugs left, right, and center, you cannot get to a point where you're sober enough to go to an interview or even get your life together or even apply for jobs. And so as a result, you are not going anywhere with your career, you're not moving forward, you just feel like you're stagnated. Another way I wanted to look at this is because growing up in an African home, most African parents, and I feel like this is a thing that is across the world, most parents, they want you to be these big titles. If you're not a doctor, or if you're not a nurse, or if you're not a pilot, an engineer, and those kinds of things, you're a terrible failure to the society. So they make kids do the careers or pick the careers that they feel right for them, and because of their standards that they're setting in the society, but it's not because that is what the kid wants. And as a result, the kid is growing up and picking these career choices that they don't even want to be in the first place. They take it further to the extent like when, let's say you're a dishwasher, or you're just a security guy, or this menial kind of jobs, they look at you and they're like, what do you mean you're just a dishwasher? And that's a job. Would you rather I just stay in the house without having a job, or would you rather, or have to go and wash dishes and have my own sort of income? they should respect their kids' boundaries and respect that not everybody is gonna be a doctor, not everybody is gonna be an engineer, and all those kinds of fancy jobs. And still, in order to complete a society, there needs to be a dishwasher, there needs to be a security guy, there needs to be a mailman, a policeman, and all these kinds of other jobs that other people deems beneath the average. Pent up anger and emotions. So you see, these kids, they grow up knowing that it's not okay to talk about their problems, because anytime they talk about their problems, their parents see that as a form of complaint, and because of you complaining, there is a form of punishment that is waiting for you at the end of the day. So these kids, they grow up to be, they develop a sort of way, a coping mechanism where they'd rather just keep it all inside, bottled up, and everything is going to be fine, rather than deal with the consequences, which is severe punishment. Low self-esteem and negative self-talk. All you ever hear from your parents is negatives, negatives. No matter what you do, it's not good enough. No matter how much effort you put, they will never appreciate it. You can even get 98% and they will tell you, who did you leave the 2% for? So there are people who live with parents like that, and that is their day-to-day life. And they're beat up and they're brought down, and they're just down there. They've been beat up until they cannot even move forward with anything. So they're used to that. So they're just like, I will never amount to any person in the society, because that is what my mom tells me, that's what my dad tells me. I feel like the parents should be the first kinds of people to talk positivity in their kids' lives, so that they can be able to move forward, because what you speak to your kids matters to them more than you can imagine, and they carry it for the most part of their lives. Anxiety and depression. When all you keep hearing about is all your failures and nothing other than failure, then there is no way your life is going to be moving smoothly. And before you know it, you'll be slipping and sliding into depression. And before you know it, you'll be just be popping these kinds of pills, and depression, anxiety drugs and medication, and resorting to drug and substance abuse, because that is the only way you can feel happy. All the highs in life that you can try to seek, you'll be looking for those ones, because all the time you are low, because that's what your parents have taught you to be. Emotional dysregulation. So you cannot express yourself, because who are you to express yourself? You are a useless human being. You are there to be seen and not be heard. What do you mean you want to express yourself? So they beat you down, and you get it in there, and your brain registers that, and it keeps repeating those things to you every day. Every time you look at yourself in the mirror, those are the kinds of things that you hear, and there is a loud noise in your head that keeps going and going nonstop, and this is all you hear. And so you feel like it's useless to express yourself, so you'd rather just be bitter in life than express how you're feeling, because you are useless, and what do society have to do with people like you? Perfectionism. So everything you want to do, you are not going to stop until it's perfect. Now, there's no problem with that, but why are you perfect in the first place? Are you perfect because it's your parents who keep on pushing you to be perfect in front of their eyes, or is it because everything that you try to do is not enough, so you try to be that person that they want you to be, and you try to do things in some type of way in order to please them and not yourself? You're trying to just justify this constant criticism, and you don't want to hear it anymore, so that's why you're doing this. And you won't settle for anything until you feel like, what will my mom say, what would my dad say when they see this? And that's your everyday life. Health problems and complications. because they keep on pressing the buttons and pushing you down and getting you down there where you belong. You start developing health complications such as gastrointestinal problems, heart problems, ulcers, and what kinds of other diseases you might think about that are stress related. People pleasing, because why not? This is the only way I feel seen, I feel appreciated, accepted, validated, and all those kinds of good things. Why not? Honestly, I would too. So people end up doing all kinds of things in order to please people around them, and because that's the only way that they feel important, because their parents have beat them down, their parents have seen no value in them, and not anything they've tried to do in their lives is never good enough. And so why not please the society who is just accepting me for doing the bare minimums? How to deal with toxic parents? Set healthy boundaries and stick to them. There is no problem with that. If you tell your parent no because you don't feel like it, it's okay. If you tell your parent no because you're tired or because you're going out to a party somewhere, it's okay. And they need to respect that, because guess what? You are growing up and you need your life to come together no matter how selfish they think you are. You need to prioritize yourself, and that's all that matters. Remember that your feelings matter and your emotions are valid. Forget all that crap they fed you when you were growing up, because that was just them trying to beat you down and trying to put you down. Don't don't get out of that comfort zone that they put you in. Get out of that little box of yours where they shoved you deep down there. Get out and enjoy the bright light that is out there. you know Express yourself, and just learn to embrace your failures and move forward. Pave your way to success. Be mindful of what you share with them, because guess what? They will come back and use it against you in future when you guys clash, when you collide, or anything like that. Because blood is thicker than water, but feelings are feelings, and human beings are still human beings, and they will hit you where it hurts. And so just remember that it's okay to have somebody to have a shoulder to lean on or whatever, but remember to set healthy boundaries, because that is gonna ensure the relationship is gonna go longer, and break the cycle where you have this sibling of yours or your parent who you don't even speak to for 5 years because you overshared, and now they are using it against you, and now you guys can't see eye to eye. Stop trying to change them. Learn to coexist with them, accept them as they are, because if somebody doesn't want to change, they will never change. And you've been living with them for the most part of your life, so these people are not going to change anyway. So learn to live with them, accept them as they are, and just find a way. To coexist with them. Whether it means limiting how much you talk to them, or limiting the time spent together with them, or limiting setting a time, whatever, that they can come to your place, or come up with ways that you can make this relationship last longer, and just accept these people for who they are. Self-care is important, and it's not just about your skin care or whatever. You need enough rest. You need time off from your parents too. You need, all these kinds of healthy relationship going on with your parents. And remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You can only share what you have. So you come first. You're the priority. Remember, you're building a life for yourself, just like they did for you, and you're trying to build a life for yourself and your future generation. Create an alternative support system, even if it means creating a relationship in the church area, in your community, in your neighborhood, at work, in school, whatever. Just get that extra support if you feel like you're not getting enough support, or the amount of support you should be getting from your parents at home, and just make it work. Focus on your growth. You come first, then everybody else follows. So remember, you're trying to pave a path for your generation, and you're trying to get a life that is better than the life that you got. And there is no shame in that. And if it means, you're not sending any money, it's okay. If it means you're not giving any kind of support, it's okay. If it means that you have to stay away from everybody else, it's okay. If it means moving 1,000 miles from your parents and family, it's okay. As long as you're moving forward with your life, it's all that matters. Remember, you focus on your growth, and then everything else is going to fall into place. You're not going to be having a relationship with your parents if you don't have a good relationship with yourself first. Know when to seek professional support, because your health comes first. So if you feel like you've had all these kinds of problems and you've shared them with everybody that you care about and it's still there, then there is no shame in going and seeking professional counseling. And if that's going to be helping you, then that's something you need to look into. Just be honest with yourself, see that this is working for me or it's not. Then just move forward and go and seek professional support. It's okay to enjoy the fruits of your own labor, and do not allow your parents to guilt trip you into thinking like you're a bad person, because good parents, they want nothing but the best for their kids, and they will cheer their successes without expecting anything in return. So if you want to take that expensive vacation, go ahead and do it. If you want to go and swim with the sharks or whatever, go do it, because you earned it. Everybody works hard for a reason, and if your reason is to go and enjoy yourself out there in the wild, then enjoy yourself without having to think like, oh, I did not send my mom or my dad this amount of money that they asked me so that they can go and do this and this and this. It's okay. You come first, and nobody wants to just work without enjoying something in the end. I have a question for you. After listening to all of these points, do you think you have a toxic parent? Let us know in the comment section below. And we hope this was so helpful to you today. Thank you so much for your love and support, and for tuning in all the way to the end. We hope you found this insightful, and we hope to see you on the next one. I've been your host, Wendy Logenius, and you have been watching Wendy Talk Show Raw Edition. This is Wendy Talk Show 2.0, and we hope you'll stick with us as we stick with you guys all the way. Remember, happiness is free, and so is kindness. Be kind to one another, and remember to spread that love. Nothing but love, no hate. See you on the next one. Bye. If you need to see more on food, music, beauty, fashion, DIY, flying, and so much more, kindly hit on the subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so that every single time we're going to be making an upload, you are going to be notified. Thank you so much for the love and support, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.